What's up? Brandon Lilly here. Going to be talking about some basics on the bench press. And one of the things that a lot of people need to realize that to keep a successful path of progression going, you need to stay healthy. So one of the things that I don't ever really talk about a whole lot, but I have a method to my madness about warming up and trying to stay healthy on the bench press. In powerlifting, you see a lot of guys with pec problems, shoulder problems, bicep tendon problems that are related all to the weakness in that area. So what I always start out with is I do 100 pull-aparts. I grab close to the end of the band like this and just pull, and as I come down to the bottom of my chest, I extend the chest forward to try to get a little bit more rotation. I'll do 100 of these to warm up, so you guys go ahead and start doing this. Do about 100 of these. And this literally takes 5 to 10 minutes, and it'll save you so much time, save you so much recovery time, and you'll do a good job of trying to prevent some injuries. The other one that I really like is behind the neck. Same kind of movement, just gets the shoulder joint going in a different direction. I do 100 of these also. And then lastly, I call these swimmers. I don't know what else you would call them, but I just take the palm of my hand like this, and I'll just swim over and over and over. And I'll do a set of 50, then I'll switch arms, do a set of 50, come back to this arm, do another set of 50, come back. And just by taking, like I said, a few minutes to warm this up, cuts down on the pain when I start using the bar. I know a lot of people are a big believer in just stretching with the bar, but it's 5 minutes. You know, I always been told that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, so I try to adhere to that as much as I can, especially now that I'm nearing my goals in powerlifting and I want to see those through. So, and this is another one that you can do. It's kind of like a jumping jack motion. Anything that you can do to get that joint going. And then the other thing, for me, being somebody who is pec dominant, I used to be really caved in with my shoulders. Ryan's going to do a good job of talking about a way to expand that out. But to correct that problem, I started taking my wrist and putting them against the door frame and just leaning in for as long as I could go, for 3 to 5 minutes at a time statically, to try to open me up, pull the shoulder blades back. Guys are in that position here already. Hip joint, knee, and you can see down here the hip joint and the knee. That just keeps you on the bench press. It keeps it a technically clean lift by not allowing the glutes to activate so hard that they come off the bench press. That's the first thing I always look at, because so many people don't understand what leg drive is. They think it's pushing down. It's actually wanting to push yourself back off the bench. And by pushing back, that rolls you back on your trapezius, which elevates the rib cage, which gives you a higher touching point, which gives you a shorter range of motion. So go ahead and push back. Don't try to push down. See what happens when he pushes back? See, do it again. See how that elevates? All right. So go ahead. Everybody unrack and come down to your chest. All right. From another, sorry about that. I'll take this off. Another thing I like to look at is right here. See their elbow to wrist position? If you were going to hit somebody, you know, if you were in a fight, or if you were a fighter, if you were going to hit somebody, you're not going to hit somebody like this, right? You're going to hit somebody straight on. And what I'm saying is, you want your elbow joint to be in a 90-degree angle with your wrist. This is a really good pressing position on his chest. See how he's straight up and down? Come over here. He's probably in just a little bit, okay? So I would encourage you to come out maybe a finger width or so. Much better. Same down here, he's in a good position. The bar, that's helped me a lot, because I used to go up and say, oh, this is 500. And then maybe you're having a bad day and 500 feels like 600. Well, then you're up shit creek, you know. It's not going to be so easy. So just to learn to hit the weight. Is that how you would press 500 pounds?
No.
Okay.
I was going to ask a question, like, because you know, like, competition-wise, you know, you have the pause right there.
Yeah.
Just try to get used to that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring it down the way you're going to. In my head, because we do compete with a pause, I always tell the guys in my gym, I hold myself to the highest standard in our gym. It's like, I don't want shortcuts because I've got the biggest total. I want my training to be harder than the next guy, and he wants to push me harder. So what I do when I bench, I go 1, 2, and then it's boom, as hard as I can go. But the other thing, when I'm bringing the weight down, I'm not thinking, okay, I'm gonna let it touch my chest and I'm gonna go 1, 2. I'm thinking, tighten the spring, 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 and it's just loaded 1, 2, boom. As hard as I can go, I unleash it. So, you know, come here, I wanna ask you to, all right, put one hand on my tricep, one hand on my lat. There you go. All right, now, I'm pretty tight, and you can feel how much tighter.
Yep.
You know, I'm literally shaking when I bring the bar down, I'm tightening up so much, and that's what you should be trying to experience. So many people, I can walk over to them when they're benching, and it's like, they're like a limp fish, you know, they just kind of do just enough to control the weight, like we were saying. You want to be so tight that it feels like you're going to rip apart if you don't press it soon enough. So let's go ahead and try to do that a little bit to speed up your reps. Anybody have any questions so far?